I'm here in Death Valley National Park for 3 days hiking and camping solo. For my birthday, all I asked for was to go to Death Valley. It's a place I had wanted to see for such a long time. But getting here was not easy and not everything went according to plan. I've always been afraid of flying. And today, I'm getting on a plane for the first time in my life. I didn't want my fears to hold me back from the experiences that I wanted to have. And a lot went wrong. A canceled flight and multiple delays. But I made it into the air and finally got myself to the amazing Death Valley National Park. My first stop in Death Valley National Park. Behind me is the Devil's Golf Course, which is part of the Badwater Basin area. It is actually rough salt flats. So where you have like the beautiful kind of patterns you get at Badwater Basin, this is really rugged salt deposits here, and I'm here at 7:30. The sunrise in the desert was beautiful, but this is my first very casual stop. But I am looking at these beautiful mountains on either side of the valley. Up there is Telescope Peak, which is the highest point in Death Valley. And tomorrow I'm going to be climbing that. This is beautiful and there is no one here. It just feels amazing. Absolutely unbelievable. And I can confirm it is in fact salty. That's so cool. I have a lot of trails planned for this weekend and this has been an amazing start. Devil's Golf Course, woohoo! With travel going the way it did, I am operating on less than 5 hours of sleep. So at this point, this trip is being fueled by caffeine and pure insanity. Woohoo! California! And a lust for mountains and not much else, but I am going to try and see as much of this park as I can with the time I have here. I am on my second trail. I am here in the Golden Canyon and I am doing the Golden Canyon to Gower Gulch loop. This is going to take me up by Zabriskie Point and it's one of the more popular trails, although most people don't do the whole loop. I've never been any further south than Oregon. To be in a place like this where there are no trees and no grass with just this rock here, it's unreal. What an amazing place. I cannot tell you, so you also might notice I took my jacket off. It is warming up. In the shade it's still quite cool and this breeze feels amazing. I just want to feel the breeze more. After the travel day I had yesterday with the airport, everything went wrong. I cannot tell you how good it feels to have a trail beneath my 2 feet. So after the Golden Canyon loop that I did this morning, I went to Furnace Creek, I went to the ranger station and got a map, and I also got lunch at the buffet in Furnace Creek as well as the Oasis, because I needed some fresh fruit and vegetables in me. I can't just run off of power bars all weekend. And then now I'm at the Salt Creek trailhead and I'm going to see the pupfish. And then I'm going to be going to Mosaic Canyon. I'm really just packing this trip. I'm definitely not going to let that travel day beat me. No, 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 no. I am at the Salt Creek Interpretive Site and Trail, and this is a 1 mile out and back boardwalk, and it doesn't sound like much of a crazy hike, right? But it is a extremely unique trail because Salt Creek is the home of the Death Valley pupfish, and these pupfish are found nowhere else in the world. They are an endangered species and they are endemic to Death Valley. I mean, I don't think I've ever been on a trail that has like its whole own unique species like that. So I'm just gonna explore and take it all in. It is the middle of the day here, so it's a nice 85 degrees, but I'm here to watch the pupfish. The name Death Valley is actually quite deceiving. This valley is full of life to see, and on my trip here I saw quite a lot of wildlife, from birds to lizards to these little fish. And I think that life here in the valley is just so different from so many other environments, but it certainly is not a valley of death. You just need to know where to look. I am here at my next trailhead, and this is the trailhead for Mosaic Canyon. I'm here in the afternoon and it's a little busy, and it's also gotten quite hot. It is 85 degrees today. I was really lucky that for when I planned this trip, there's kind of a cool down in Death Valley. It's in the 80s and 90s and not up to 100 yet. And this is supposed to be a beautiful canyon. As the name suggests, it has these walls of marble with rock embedded in them, and it's supposed to be absolutely beautiful. So I have reached my turnaround point. The canyon goes up a little ways, but I have to get back because I'm paying $5 to get a shower. And then one more thing I'm gonna see today for sunset. And then I actually have to get to a camp further back up this way for tomorrow's adventure. But this canyon has definitely lived up to my expectations. It is beautiful. I am here at my last stop of my first day in Death Valley, and that would be sunset on Artist's Palette. It is an hour before sunset, and the Artist's Palette is a particularly colorful portion of the hills here, overlooking the Badwater Basin area in Death Valley. It's also a scenic drive, and they are best appreciated at sunset because the sun hits them from the west and just makes the colors light up. Alright, so that was Artist Palette at sunset. It was a bit crowded, a lot of people trying to get a good spot to watch the sunset and to see the colors, but so worth it, absolutely beautiful. A fun little bit of scrambling there, kind of weird hiking in a dress this nice, but you know, it's just short and you can kind of explore as much or as little as you want. I'm gonna get going to my campground for the night because tomorrow I have a very big day ahead of me. It is 9:30 p.m. I am at my first campsite here for my first night in Death Valley at the Wild Rose campground, and this is going to be serving as a base camp for Telescope Peak tomorrow. This trip has been incredible and insane so far, and you know, if things had maybe gone a little bit better, I wouldn't be as concerned about the climb tomorrow, but you know, this was already going to be the hardest climb of my life, and right now I'm not sure if I can do it. And before I started this, I would have been a lot more confident. So I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning and see how I'm feeling. Yeah, I am exhausted, so I am going to get ready for bed and set an alarm to wake up tomorrow morning. Good morning. I am here on my second day in Death Valley National Park, and today I am doing Telescope Peak, which is probably one of the, if not the hardest hike in Death Valley, but also it is most certainly going to be the most difficult trail I have ever undertaken. The gate to get to the trailhead proper is closed, so I had to park a mile and a half further down the road at the charcoal kilns, and that has added another 1,000 feet of gain. So I'm doing 4,500 feet of gain, 15 miles round trip. It is below freezing right now. I'm doing a trail that is going to make me very grateful to get back on the valley floor at 90 degrees. I'm gonna say it right now, I can make no promises about summiting because Telescope Peak is 11,000 feet. And I have never been above 8,500 feet. I am prepared to deal with elevation, but if I start not doing well with the elevation, above 10,000 feet, then I will turn around. So either way, it's going to be beautiful. I'm here right before sunrise, and I'm gonna get going on up this mountain. Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. I am on top of the ridge, and I am at 10,000 feet. I am gonna snack here, but oh my god, this is the most amazing snack spot. This pile of rocks, and then the other side of the ridge, those are the Sierras, and actually you can even see Mount Whitney. Oh my god, I can't even believe this. Now the trail just follows up there to the peak. But first, a snack, and then maybe reapplying sunscreen, and then I'll enjoy this easy part before it gets hard again.
Restlessness to hell and back. What's my purpose? What do I grab? A slippery surface, a heart attack. And sometimes you just gotta believe there's something that'll give you relief. There's something that'll have what you need. What you need. We're broken, it's tragic. We're not all elastic, but maybe there's magic. Believe you could have it. And I know of sadness, the anxious and panic, the infinite vastness of all that is blackness.
Well, as you can see, I had to bundle up again. I finally got a break from the wind. It just started screaming up the valleys, and the wind chill is insane. But I'm almost done with this easy, flat part of the trail, and I'm gonna start pushing for the summit. But yeah, this is pretty cold. It's pretty cool though, being in, you know, winter clothes and all kinds of stuff like that in Death Valley, the hottest place in the world. There's the summit. It's so close. I just came off the summit of Telescope Peak, and oh my god, I really have no words. I honestly thought, like, with the way this trip has gone so far and my exhaustion last night, I was like not even sure if I was gonna attempt this. With the extra mileage added on, and the elevation and stuff, I just can't believe I actually summited Telescope Peak. That is officially the highest elevation I have ever climbed to, by a couple thousand feet, no less, and the view is unreal. Highest point in Death Valley, looking down over 11,000 feet to the lowest point in the Western Hemisphere. I mean, I just, the views are amazing. And there's a telescope, and I signed the summit register and everything, and I am just glad that things came together for me to be able to summit. I pushed for this after being exhausted yesterday, because I was like, I'm gonna regret it if I don't. So no regrets. An amazing, amazing mountain. Oh my God. This was a bucket list item for me, so. Here at Badwater Basin, the lowest point in the United States and the Western Hemisphere for sunset. Just going across these salt flats. This was the low point of an ancient sea, and when it dried up, it left behind all of the salt deposits. And right up there is Telescope Peak, where I was earlier today, the highest point in Death Valley, and now I'm at the lowest point. Sign up there says sea level. Wow, Badwater Basin at sunset, absolutely beautiful. This was my second to last stop here in Death Valley. Tomorrow I go home. I'm stopping at one more thing, and it feels like no trip to Death Valley is complete without coming to Badwater Basin, so obviously I had to do it as well. But yeah, I feel like the salt flats and stuff are just kind of a must if you come to Death Valley, and I'm so glad I got to see them. I was at the highest point and the lowest point in Death Valley today, and it was amazing, but it was definitely an exercise in suffering. When I got back into Furnace Creek, I went into the ice cream shop and had the best burger of my life. Now, just picture me walking in there. I just climbed Telescope Peak. I just driven an hour and a half back to Furnace Creek, just walking in there like a zombie. And very politely asking for a burger, and I got this thing, and oh my God. Here's the thing. I'm sure it was good, but it could have been the worst burger in the world, and I still would have thought it tasted amazing. Oh my gosh. It is my last night here in Death Valley. I'm at the Furnace Creek campground. And one thing I wish I could show you about Death Valley is it has some of the best night skies in the United States for stargazing. I saw them last night when I was camped at Wild Rose Campground, and I'm going to see them again tonight. Absolutely stunning. Unfortunately, I tried. The camera can't really pick it up, or at least I don't know how to make it pick it up, but that is what I'm going to get to look at getting ready for bed tonight. I am going back to Las Vegas. I have a flight at 1:15. So I'm doing one more thing tomorrow at sunrise, and then I am going to be leaving Death Valley. Anyway, really looking forward to camping here and just enjoying This final night in Death Valley, and hopefully getting more than 5 hours of sleep. Good morning. It is my last day here in Death Valley, and I am here at Zabriskie Point 30 minutes before sunrise. This is beautiful. It's only going to get more so as the sun rises. I think this formation here with like the brown top on it might be my favorite. It just looks so cool. And over here, this is the Manly Beacon, which the trail I took the other day goes by. And then this up here is the Red Cathedral. And then over here, the only mountain with snow on it, that is Telescope Peak, where I was yesterday. And then of course the valley floor and the sunrise turning these hills pink. It's already starting to feel warm with the sun up, but oh my god. Oh wow. Just look at how the colors all just changed in a matter of minutes. But I am gonna start heading back down, and I'll take in some different views on the way. I have 6 hours to get back to Las Vegas for my flight, so I do have to kind of book it. Well, this has been an amazing way to finish out my hiking trip to Death Valley. Oh my gosh, sunrise and sunset here are really something special. If you'd asked me a year ago if I'd be getting on a plane to fly 1,000 miles from my home, solo, I'd have said you're crazy. I faced a few fears to come here, and while I didn't conquer them by any means, it was worth the extra stress for this incredible experience. I'm blown away by the diversity of this park, the mountain peaks, the geology, the plants and wildlife. It's hard to capture the scope of a place like this. So much of it feels like something that belongs on another planet. I've lived in the Pacific Northwest my whole life, surrounded by lush forests and rain. A place like this was the polar opposite. I won't ever forget this experience, and one day I'll return to this strange and beautiful desert.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, And for the first time in a long time, I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I'm not falling, I'll push all my chips and call all in. I'll bet on myself, you keep stalling. I hear destiny and it's calling. I'll keep my head up high through the downs and lows. And we're all going life, still nobody knows. But I'ma choose what's right and take what comes and goes. And ain't no one in life holding me back no more. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. Back a year ago.